1 tablespoon of ketchup. That is all it takes. 4 grams of sugar, 170 milligrams of sodium, and you have not even finished squeezing. 2 bottles sit on the same Canadian grocery shelf right now, both saying made with real tomatoes, but one is quietly wrecking your health while the other cuts sugar and sodium in half. Today, we are ranking the 5 worst ketchup brands in Canada you need to stop buying, and 5 that actually earn a spot in your fridge. Number 5. French's Tomato Ketchup. French's wants you to know this ketchup is bottled right here in Canada with 100% Canadian tomatoes. Maple leaf on the label, farm grown everywhere. Millions of Canadians grab this bottle every single week without flipping it around. But when you do flip it around, the story changes fast. 1 tablespoon gives you 20 calories, 4 grams of sugar, and 170 milligrams of sodium. That 170 is actually higher than Heinz. And the second ingredient on the bottle? Liquid sugar. Not vinegar, not spices, liquid sugar. By weight, sugar is the second heaviest thing there after tomatoes. Now think about real life. Nobody stops at 1 tablespoon. A normal serving on fries is 3 or 4. That puts you at 12 to 16 grams of sugar and up to 680 milligrams of sodium from ketchup alone. The Heart and Stroke Foundation says stay under 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day. 1 ketchup session just ate a third of that limit, and you have not even salted the fries yet. That Canadian flag is doing heavy lifting while the numbers work against you. And the next brand plays the same game with even more trust behind it. Number 4. Heinz Tomato Ketchup, Original. This is the one sitting in almost every Canadian fridge. Heinz has been making ketchup since 1876, and that history builds the kind of trust where you grab the bottle on autopilot. Your parents did the same. 1 tablespoon gives you 20 calories, 4 grams of sugar, and 160 milligrams of sodium. The Canadian formula uses liquid sugar instead of the high fructose corn syrup in American bottles. Sounds cleaner, but the sugar per serving is identical. 4 grams every single time. And this is where the math turns ugly. 3 tablespoons a day, which is low for anyone who actually loves ketchup, adds up to 84 grams of sugar per week from your condiment alone. That equals 2 full cans of Coca-Cola, poured quietly into your meals through a squeeze bottle. The World Health Organization says adults should keep free sugar under 25 grams a day. 3 tablespoons of Heinz eats half that allowance before dessert even shows up. Sodium stacks the same way. 3 tablespoons a day means 480 milligrams daily from ketchup, nearly a quarter of Health Canada's recommended maximum. Over months and years, that connects directly to higher blood pressure and heart disease. None of that shows up on the front of the bottle. At least Heinz is honest about what is inside. The next brand hides behind one word to charge you more for the exact same problem. Number 3. PC Organics Ketchup. President's Choice Organics is Loblaw's play for the health-conscious shopper. The bottle says organic, the label is green, the ingredients read clean. Organic tomato paste, organic evaporated cane syrup, organic white vinegar, salt, organic spices, organic onion powder. But organic sugar is still sugar. PC Organics delivers the same sugar and sodium as every other brand on this list. Per tablespoon, you are still swallowing around 4 grams of sugar and comparable sodium. Health Canada does not care if your cane sugar came from an organic farm. Your liver breaks it down the same way. Your blood glucose spikes the same. Diabetes Canada says it plainly. All sugars, organic or not, contribute equally to daily intake. What is different is the price tag. PC Organics costs more than regular PC or Heinz. You are paying extra for one word on a label while getting the same sugar load. That green packaging changes your feelings, but it does not change the math. Before we keep going, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a Canadian product breakdown. Number 2. No Name Tomato Ketchup. No Name is the budget king. Bright yellow label, lowest price on the shelf. For families watching every dollar, it seems like a smart move. But cheap does not mean safe. No Name runs about 15 calories per tablespoon, with around 4 grams of sugar and sodium, right in line with the big brands. Tomato paste, sugar, vinegar, salt, Seasonings. Nothing unusual, nothing better. The real danger is how the low price changes your behavior. The bottle is cheap and oversized, so people pour way more freely. You squeeze, you dip, you go back for more. Research on food packaging shows that larger, cheaper containers push higher consumption across the board. And when you buy the cheapest ketchup on the shelf, you are getting tomatoes processed for maximum yield, not nutrition. Lycopene, the one genuinely useful compound in tomatoes, breaks down with heavy processing and long storage. By the time that bargain bottle reaches your plate, whatever health benefit tomatoes once carried has faded. You are left with flavored sugar water. That brings us to number 1. And this is the one that made me angry, because it targets the exact people trying to do the right thing. Number 1. Heinz no sugar added ketchup. No sugar added at the number 1 worst spot? Yes, because this bottle pulls the most misleading move of any ketchup sold in Canada. Heinz no sugar added sells itself as the healthy swap. Only 10 calories per tablespoon, just 1 gram of sugar. For anyone watching their intake, it sounds perfect. But turn the bottle around and you will find sucralose sitting right there in the ingredients. Sucralose is an artificial sweetener, roughly 600 times sweeter than table sugar. It is what Splenda is made from. Health Canada has approved sucralose. That is a fact. But approved and good for you are two very different things. A 2023 study published in Nature found that sucralose can change gut bacteria composition after just 2 weeks of regular use. Disrupted gut bacteria connect to inflammation, metabolic problems, and mood swings. Another study from the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that artificial sweeteners can increase sugar cravings over time, making people eat more sweets elsewhere. And this is where it gets worse. When Heinz pulled the sugar out, they cranked the sodium up. Heinz no sugar added packs 190 to 200 milligrams of sodium per tablespoon, compared to 160 in the original. Take away sugar, lose flavor, dump in salt. The label says no sugar added in big, bold letters. It does not say, now with artificial sweetener and extra salt. That gap between what you think you are buying and what you are actually swallowing is why this ketchup earned the number 1 worst spot. Now you know which 5 to avoid. But knowing what is bad only helps if you know what is actually good. And these next 5 brands prove that ketchup does not have to be a health trap. Better pick number 5. French's no sugar added ketchup. Remember how Heinz used sucralose and earned the worst spot on this list? The French took the opposite path. Instead of an artificial sweetener, they used stevia extract, a plant-based sweetener from the stevia leaf. Tomato paste, vinegar, water, salt, stevia extract, onion powder, spices. That is the full ingredient list. Canada recognizes stevia as safe with 0 calories and 0 impact on blood glucose. For diabetics and anyone cutting sugar, this is the swap that actually makes sense. But if you want a ketchup that still uses real sugar and keeps it honest, the next pick does exactly that. Better pick number 4. President's Choice Tomato Ketchup Regular. This might seem weird after PC Organics made the avoid list, but regular PC ketchup is a completely different story. The ingredients are dead simple. Tomato paste, sugar, white vinegar, salt, seasoning with garlic and onion. No artificial colors, no mystery natural flavoring. Made in Canada. The sugar and sodium match Heinz and French's, but the price is lower and the ingredient list is shorter and more honest. If you are going to eat standard ketchup, this gives you the most transparent product for the least money. But what if you could get that same classic taste with even cleaner ingredients? That is what the next pick delivers. Better pick number 3, Simply Heinz. Simply Heinz swaps out corn-derived sweeteners for straight cane sugar, tomato concentrate, distilled vinegar, cane sugar, salt, onion powder, spice, natural flavor. Per tablespoon, it still runs 20 calories and 4 grams of sugar, so the quantity stays the same. But cane sugar is a single-source sweetener without the processing that comes with liquid sugar blends or corn syrups. For families who want that Heinz taste they grew up with, but a cleaner label they can actually read, this is the best version of the original. and yet it still carries 4 grams of sugar per tablespoon. The next brand on this list finally changes that number. Better pick number 2, Sinai Gourmet Tomato Ketchup. This is where the game changes completely. Sinai Gourmet is a Montreal-based Canadian company that built their entire ketchup around one promise: half the sugar and half the sodium of the big brands. The ingredient list is 6 items long: tomato paste, water, vinegar, brown sugar, sea salt, spices. That is everything. The numbers back it up. Roughly 2 grams of sugar per serving and about 70 to 80 milligrams of sodium. For someone eating 3 tablespoons a day, switching from Heinz to Sinai Gourmet cuts weekly ketchup sugar from 84 grams to about 42. Over a full year, that is more than 4 pounds of sugar removed from your diet by changing one single bottle. The brown sugar gives it a deeper, more caramelized flavor, and reviews keep calling it the first ketchup that actually tastes like tomatoes instead of candy. The only catch is availability. Mostly online and specialty shops, but they ship free regularly. But even Sinai Gourmet still has sugar and salt on the label. The number 1 pick on this list has exactly as much of both as you decide to put in. Better pick number 1, homemade ketchup. Nothing on any shelf anywhere in Canada beats what you can make in your own kitchen in 15 minutes. Tomato paste, apple cider vinegar, a pinch of sea salt, a bit of maple syrup, garlic powder, onion powder, and a dash of paprika. Stir it on the stove. Done. You just made ketchup with 50 to 70% less sugar than any store bottle, sodium controlled down to the milligram, and 0 ingredients you cannot pronounce. And because you start with quality tomato paste, you get more concentrated lycopene, the antioxidant in tomatoes that protects your heart and fights inflammation. Dietitians across Canada keep saying the same thing. Making condiments at home is the fastest way to slash hidden sugars and sodium. A batch lasts 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge and costs less than $1. Every brand on this list is trying to sell you convenience. This pick gives you control. If you spotted any of these ketchup brands sitting in your fridge right now, drop the name in the comments and tell me how much you go through in a month. You will be shocked when you run the sugar math. Hit the next video on your screen, because the next Canadian grocery scam is hiding in an aisle you walk past every week. Make sure to subscribe so you always get an honest breakdown before your next shopping trip.